Do you feel like something is missing in your life, even if you're doing everything right? You're putting in the hours, building your skills, and checking all the boxes, but you still don't feel fulfilled. That's the gap you feel when you are not playing to your strengths. And it makes all the difference between just getting by and really thriving. But what are your real strengths, and how can you use them to transform your life? Instead of just going through the motions, imagine if everything in your life is aligned with what makes you feel unstoppable. You multiply your results with less effort, feel energized, and unlock new levels of success. That's exactly what we'll be exploring today. Hi, I'm Angela. In this video, we'll show you how to unlock your true potential by focusing on the strengths that energize and fulfill you in your career, community, and personal life. We'll explore 3 practical strategies that you can start applying right away. And here's some real-life stories that will inspire you to think, am I really using my strengths to their fullest potential? By the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge and tools to stop feeling off and drained and to start using your strengths to get more results with less effort, feel more energized and fulfilled. But first, let's back up a bit and answer this important question. What exactly are strengths and weaknesses, and why are they important? Did you know that people who use their strengths are 6 times more likely to be engaged in their work? That's because focusing on what you're naturally good at doesn't just improve your performance. It also makes you feel more energized, alive, and fulfilled. And that's the key difference between strengths and weaknesses, the way they make you feel. Strengths are activities that energize you. When you're engaging your strengths, time flies right by and you feel alive. They are like your natural superpowers. They light you up, give you energy, and help you to perform at your best. Weaknesses, on the other hand, are the things that suck the life right out of you, like kryptonite for Superman. When you're working in an area of weakness, you feel drained and exhausted, and you practically have to force yourself to get through the task. There's also a third category that we don't talk about as much: competencies. These are the tasks that you are good at but don't necessarily energize you. You can get them done, maybe even better than other people, but they don't fuel your growth or fulfillment. They are like the gear or gadgets that superhero uses. They help get the job done, but they don't define the superhero's strengths. Here's the problem. Most of us spend too much time trying to fix our weaknesses, and we neglect our strengths. Let's imagine you are great at creative problem solving and feel invigorated each time you're looking for solutions to open-ended, complex problems. But you hate organizing administrative tasks and you find them completely draining. If you try to perfect your organizational skills, you waste a lot of time with very little progress. Worse, you'll have no energy left for your real strength, which is creative problem solving. In the end, you find yourself feeling dissatisfied, exhausted, and unaccomplished. Instead of fixating on your weaknesses, it is much more effective to unlock your true potential with these 3 strategies. First, maximize your strengths. Create opportunities where you can be in your element so that you can grow faster and deliver better results. And avoid or minimize your weaknesses. Choose not to take on roles or projects where your weakness is required for success. If you hate numbers, then don't go into accounting or volunteer to be the treasurer of your club. Third, manage your competencies. It's okay to handle tasks that you are good at but don't love. Just make sure that these tasks don't take up your entire day and you leave enough time to focus on your strengths. The goal is to progressively increase the amount of time that you spend on the tasks that strengthen you until 70 to 80% of your time is spent on your strengths zone. We'll now illustrate how to apply these strategies by looking at 3 scenarios at work, community, and your personal life. If you aren't sure of your strengths and weaknesses yet, do check out another video where we share how to identify your strengths and weaknesses. I've also included the links in the description to the books that inspired many of these ideas. For now, let's move on to learn how we can maximize our strengths and minimize our weaknesses to multiply success in life. Let's start with leveraging strengths at work. Do you ever feel like something's missing in your career? Or maybe you're in a role that you thought you'd love, yet you feel frustrated and miserable without knowing why. Chances are you are not working in your strength zone. Let's imagine you are a fantastic salesperson. In fact, you are so good at connecting with clients and closing deals that you get promoted to the sales director. But now, instead of working directly with clients, you are stuck writing reports, training staff, and tracking team goals. Suddenly, you dread going to work. You think, shouldn't I be happier since I just advanced in my career? But the thing is, although you are still in the same field, you are now spending most of your times with your weaknesses instead of your strengths. That happens to the best of us. Take Steve Jobs, for example. After being ousted from Apple, he refocused on his core strengths: visionary thinking, innovation, and product design. This pivot not only brought him back to Apple, but also led him to revolutionize the tech world. In his own words,
"But it turned out that getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. It freed me to enter one of the most creative periods of my life."
So how can you apply the 3 strategies earlier to your work? First, maximize your strengths. Adjust your role to align with what you are great at. Talk to your manager about how you can add more value to the team by focusing more on your strengths. If you can't directly influence your work scope, then volunteer for projects where you can shine. Second, make your weaknesses irrelevant. Identify the tasks that drain you, then delegate or swap these responsibilities with a colleague who thrives in those areas. In our other video, we dive into how you can automate and delegate your work more effectively. Finally, manage your competencies. For the tasks that you are good at but don't enjoy, limit the time that you spend on them. Just because you're efficient at administrative work doesn't mean that you should focus all your energy there. Batch these tasks and limit them to, say, 30 minutes. Many people get stuck in the competencies zone precisely because they are competent at these tasks. But remember, these are not your real strengths. You want to focus on those strengths because that's where you can deliver far more value and fulfillment. Can you see how pivoting to your strengths can help you to be more of who you truly are? Let's take a look at another area of life, how you contribute to the world around you. Our contributions outside of work can add tremendous meaning and fulfillment to our lives, whether it's through philanthropic projects, religious missions, or neighborhood initiatives. But are you truly making the most of your strengths? What if you could have a bigger impact with more satisfaction and less effort? Let's look at Arianna Huffington, co-founder of the Huffington Post, as an example. After collapsing from burnout, she recognized that her life needed a radical shift. So she refocused on her core strengths, communication and leadership, and launched Thrive Global. That's a platform dedicated to well-being. After leveraging her strengths, she not only transformed her life, but also positively impacted countless of other people. As she herself said, that day literally changed my life. It put me on a course in which I changed how I work and how I live. How can you apply the same approach to your community? Let's revisit the 3 strategies that we discussed. Again, maximize your strengths. To make the greatest impact, focus on the roles that align with your strengths. Whether it's organizing, leading, or problem solving, work in your strength zone to multiply the contributions and feel more fulfilled in the process. For example, if you thrive at rallying people behind a cause, then consider leading a local volunteer initiative. If logistics are your strengths, then try coordinating a community event or a missionary project. Then minimize your weaknesses. Partner with people whose strengths complement your weaknesses. Let's say you are passionate about a philanthropic cause, but you find fundraising to be really draining, then find someone who excels at it. So you are freed up to focus on, say, planning the outreach. And lastly, manage your competencies. Set a cap on how much time you're prepared to spend on tasks that you're competent at but don't thrive in, so you can devote more time and energy to your true strengths. If you're competent at, say, managing budgets but don't find it fulfilling, then handle it in short bursts or delegate parts of it to someone else. When you align your contributions with your strengths, you make a much bigger impact on your community and you feel personally energized and fulfilled. Next, let's explore how to leverage your strengths in your personal relationships. Are you putting a lot of effort into your relationships but still feel detached and overwhelmed? You are showing up for your partner, family, or friends and setting aside time for the people that you care about. Yet deep down, you still feel disconnected and drained. What if the problem isn't the amount of effort you're putting in, but where you're focusing the effort? Just like in work and in community, relationships thrive when you bring your natural strengths to the table. Take David Beckham, for example. After retiring from football, he shifted his focus from his career to his family. He channeled his strengths, discipline, leadership, and hard work into becoming a more hands-on father. The same strengths that made him a world-class athlete also helped him to become an engaged and present parent. As he shared on Instagram, "My biggest success and biggest love is my family." So how can you apply the 3 strategies to create stronger, more fulfilling relationships? First, play to your strengths at home. If you're a natural organizer, then plan the family activities. If you love managing finances, then take charge of the family budgeting. When your home life reflects what really energizes you, you feel happier and more enthusiastic, and those feelings rub off on the people around you. Second, avoid the common mistake of taking on the things that drain you just because you feel obligated. Let's say you really dislike cooking, but you feel like you should do it because, well, you've always done it. Instead of exhausting yourself doing the things that drain you, how about trading chores with your partner? Or if neither of you loves cooking, consider meal preparation services or healthy, ready-made meal options. That way, you stop wasting energy on the chores that you hate and have more time and energy to support your loved ones with your real strengths. To top it off, don't hesitate to talk to your loved ones about where your strengths and weaknesses lie, so you can assign roles that make everyone feel valued and fulfilled. What if there's a task that no one is strong at? In that case, you can share the load or rotate the responsibility so that no one feels burnt out, or even outsource it if possible. Remember, your strengths and weaknesses do not just apply to career success. They apply to every aspect of your life, from community work to personal relationships. When you are in your element, you feel energized, you accomplish more with less, and you bring more joy and value to everyone around you. These ideas have significantly improved my life, and I hope that they will do the same for you. If you'd like to learn more about discovering and leveraging your strengths, I've included links to useful videos and resources in the description below. So what other topics would you like to see on GrowthGarden? Do share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more strategies on how to thrive, grow, and achieve more with less. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.